Mexico is our closest ally because of its proximity to the United States. They're not going to move neighborhood, neither are we, so we are stuck together. For over 200 years, our relationship has been marked by friction, cooperation, sometimes love, and sometimes not so much love. That is why it's common in Mexico to say and repeat that historical phrase, so far away from God, so close to the United States. Today, the Mexican president has a fantastic opportunity to step up to history and to confront the challenges that both countries face as neighbors: drugs, violence, and tyranny. When it comes to fighting for liberty, Mexico is missing. When it comes to fighting the war on drugs, they can do much more, although we recognize that they are cooperating extensively with the United States. On the political front, the Mexican official line has always been of non-intervention in the affairs of other countries in the Western Hemisphere. But that is really only in theory, not in practice. And the perfect example is Cuba. In the last 4 months, Mexico has sent to the Castro tyranny 55 oil tankers worth more than $3 billion for free. And what's the reason? I don't understand. It only helps the tyranny to continue subjugating the Cuban people. Even worse, violating Chapter 23 of the USMCA, which is the free trade agreement that Mexico has with the United States and with Canada, that specifically prohibits forced labor in the partner countries. Mexico has accepted more than 3,000 Cuban doctors in exchange for over $100 million paid directly to the Cuban regime, not to the doctor themselves. That is pure and simple slavery. And I'm going to explain to you how it works so you will see why this is slavery indeed. The Cuban doctor goes to Mexico and provides a medical service. That Cuban doctor cannot bring his family with him because the Cuban regime is afraid that that Cuban doctor is going to stay in Mexico. The Cuban doctor then receives only 5% of their earnings paid by the Mexican government to the Castro regime. The other 95% of his salary goes directly to the hands of the Castro regime. That is inconceivable. It's like if you're making $100 a month, someone keeps 95% and you're only put in your pocket $5. Really, that's inconceivable. And unfortunately, the Mexican government is complicit of this evil scheme. Why can't they just pay directly to the guy, to the Cuban doctor? Why can't they do that? No, it escapes me. Another unfortunate example is Venezuela. Against all odds, a lady by the name of Maria Corina Machado wins this award called the Nobel Peace Prize given by the Norwegians, one of the hardest awards in the world to be earned by an individual. When the Mexican government was asked about this distinguished recognition, the response was no comment. So is Mexico with the forces of freedom, or Mexico is with the forces of Nicolás Maduro? Based on no intelligence, the United States know that the coca paste, which is created in Colombia, is now refined by hydrochloric acid in high capacity in labs within the Venezuelan territory, then flown to Honduras, then moved through Mexico before reaching the United States. It is also fair to say that the State Department has confirmed and repeatedly has thanked the Sheinbaum administration for that cooperation that Mexico is giving us at this hour in the drug trafficking war. But Mexico can do a lot more. They can spend more on security, They can improve the timeliness and accuracy of the intelligence they share with the United States. They can capture and put in prison the big mafia bosses of the Jalisco Nueva Generación and the Sinaloa cartel, who, as according to news reports, they walk the streets of Jalisco freely with no consequences. To Mrs. Sheinbaum, the President of Mexico, this is a crucial moment for us as neighbors. Mexico has you, the first female president, who can rise to the challenge of leadership. Mexicans are the largest Hispanic group in the United States. And I, María Salazar, representing District Number 27 in Miami, I'm the strongest supporter in the United States Congress of Mexicans with paper and without papers, because I have introduced the Dignity Act, which is to bring out of the shadows millions of the Mexicans immigrants who are in this country, who are working hard, who are giving us their labor, who have not committed a crime, who are very good part of our society and our communities. I want to give them a better life. But I also call on their president, President Sheinbaum, to rise to the challenge, to stand for democracy in Cuba and in Venezuela, and to stand for justice and show a stronger hand when it comes to deadly drugs poisoning both our nations. The Western Hemisphere needs leaders, not bystanders. And Mexico is very important to us not to sit on the sidelines, but to be a powerful neighbor and continue working with us.